What's up everyone, welcome back to another video here on the channel. So a couple of nights ago I was chilling on Twitch, shout out to DJ Academics, watching his stream, and on his stream Academics was watching a very interesting podcast between some OnlyFans girls and Kevin Samuels. If you don't know who Kevin Samuels is, he's basically like this very red-pilled YouTuber that gives out dating advice, and he's very blunt when it comes to telling people the truth. Like, he doesn't try to sugarcoat anything. He's gonna keep it 100 and just straight up tells it how it is, just the way he sees it, right? And he's kind of an underground YouTuber, if that's even a term, like sort of low-key, but I've also been seeing a lot of his clips pop up more and more on Instagram and Twitter, and I'm sure that he's going to explode in popularity sooner or later this year. But anyways, in this video, I was watching Kevin Samuels basically go on to question these three OnlyFans girls, what their career goals are in the future, and what their future is in general. Like, what stocks do they invest in, what cryptocurrency do they have, what businesses do they want to own, real estate, etc. Right? So here's the clip.
Take the money you have while you're hot, and if you're not flexible enough to listen to people who know better, you'll just have a lot of money that you blow. Now, I don't know why so many women think OnlyFans is this open fount of money. It's money. OnlyFans is at scale now, and we have no history on women going a decade of making money, same store sales year over year on this platform. So everything that I heard from you ladies is the most optimistic projections if nothing changes.
And sorry to break it to any of these aspiring girls that want to start OnlyFans, not only is the chance of you earning six figures really low, the chance of you being able to sustain that monthly income, as well as you being able to sustain your OnlyFans career, is also low as well. This reminds me of back in 2016 when every dude wanted to become a SoundCloud rapper, and some of them did become SoundCloud rappers, but they were pretty garbage, right? And in 2021, we have every female wanting to start an OnlyFans and earn some extra cash. And when it comes to these OnlyFans chicks, a lot of them are not thinking in the long term, like 5 or even 10 years down the line. They're only thinking in the short term. They see OnlyFans as a get-rich-quick scheme because that's what they're seeing and being fed all over social media. I mean, just the other week, we had Bad Baby plastered all over the news and social media for breaking the OnlyFans record and brought in $1 million in just 6 hours. And I'm sure that definitely caused an influx in new OnlyFans creators, but the matter of the fact is that a lot of these girls don't actually realize that big check that is coming in the mail every month from their OnlyFans is not always going to keep coming in at that same amount, right? They don't see the train that is coming straight for them. They don't see the light at the end of the tunnel at all. In their minds, they just think that tunnel is going to keep on going and going. But what they're sacrificing is their traditional career path to pursue OnlyFans, which is only going to close off that said traditional career path and probably even more traditional opportunities as well, probably forever too, because having an OnlyFans is looked down upon in our current society. But who knows, right? Maybe that'll all change in the future. Like, say maybe the next 5 or 10 years you can see your coworker Susan nude for just $10 a month, and that'll be socially accepted. But who knows? OnlyFans is such a new avenue. It hasn't proven itself to be able to sustain for the long term, and I don't think it ever will be able to sustain itself either. And I don't think a lot of these OnlyFans girls realize that there's always going to be another it girl or flavor of the month. Just because now that they're the top 0.01% of OnlyFans creators, it doesn't necessarily mean that's always going to be the status quo. Look at Ash Cash, for example. She's probably one of the top OnlyFans girls out right now, but sooner or later, people are going to get tired of her and move on to the next viral girl. Look, I can see why someone would want to pay for an OnlyFans for just 1 month to see a chick naked for the first time, because that first time is always going to be special. But once you keep coming back and seeing the same thing over and over again, your overall interest is just going to keep getting lower and lower, because that's just how the human mind works. The dynamic between people seeing a chick's naked body the first time and then every time after that is drastically different. After that first time, people are going to start saying, wow, that's crazy, followed by, it's time to move on. Like, that interest in suspend ends after the first time, and there's no way to bring that level of interest back. It's never going to reach that same interest level as before the first time. This is what a lot of OnlyFans girls can't seem to wrap their head around, and despite all of that, they're still going out buying Chanel bags, Birkin bags, all the latest designer drip, some fancy cars, and maybe even renting out a nice apartment in the middle of the city, right? Which is where I draw the parallel from these OnlyFans girls to NBA and some NFL players. Like, this is when athletes first get their money. They get so much money, they don't know what to do with it because they're not used to seeing large sums of money in their bank account. But then when their playing career is over, they're not accustomed to downsizing their living costs and living within their means because they're still stuck in that, oh, I bring in $10 million a year, let me buy all these fancy cars, all these nice clothing, and all this other useless crap that dumb rich people buy, which is why a lot of these athletes also go bankrupt. They don't think about investing in their future because they don't always think like that. They always think that $10 million salary is always going to be there even after they retire, when in reality, you only have a set number of years of earning that Supermax contract. And after Kevin Samuels decides to put them in their place, they decide to get all defensive at not, because truth be told, when discussing these type of things with a man, these women tend to get super defensive and start to automatically think that the dude is jealous or misogynistic, when that's almost never the case. They're just trying to tell the truth, but we can all clearly see that these ladies don't want to hear the truth. Even when Kevin Samuels asked just a simple question, like what are these women invested in, she never answers the question, even though it's a basic question to answer.
Where are you investing?
That's none of your business.
Oh my God.
It's a secret.
To clear
Well, see, I accept what you just said, but you said money comes in waves. Granted, we have to invest. It's taken. Where's some of the places you're investing?
Yeah,
You said
actually,
none of my business.
She could have said anything, like even the most basic answer like stocks or crypto would have been fine to make her not look like a complete idiot. But she declines to answer, and in everyone's mind, that just proves Kevin Samuels' point, that these women are invested in nothing and that they're just blowing their money away because she's deflecting their question. And throughout the whole video, you can just tell that these women were upset by their whole body language and the way they were looking at that one dude talking, because they don't want to hear the truth. They just think it's a couple of dudes mansplaining to them, when the reality is that these dudes are just trying to help them plan for the future. But you notice how the girl in the middle is not saying anything? That's because she knows what the dudes are saying is true, but her friends are just too dumb to realize it. And then the interview basically ends after the two women get mad because they were told things that they didn't want to hear.
Men have no place at all to say how women should and
We
shouldn't.
have every place. We built the goddamn world you live in.
No, you didn't.
I'm gonna
The
say
God
one
built
platform
it.
you're on is built by men.
I'm gonna say
Nobody made this about men or
guys
women.
do not get paid
This is
unless
what
I stay here. So
this is what tends to happen when whether it's OnlyFans, TikTok, Instagram, and when women can't handle it, they leave. This is the point. This is about business. Business isn't offensive, but when people in their lack of knowledge gets exposed, they get offended.
But here's a lesson for everyone that watched to the end. Always have different streams of income. Never have just one, whether it be from stocks, crypto, real estate, a side hustle, or business. Never have just one stream of income if you want to sustain any long-term wealth. But yeah, that's it for me for today, guys. Let me know what you guys think about this whole situation down in the comments. Did you think Kevin Samuels was right in the things that he said, or did you think that he was being misogynistic, as well as if you agreed or disagreed with anything that I said? And also, thank you all so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the content, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure to watch my last video if you missed it, and also follow me on Twitter at Spolt if you guys want to keep up with me. And as always, guys, thank you all for watching. Peace out.